What you doing, girl? How my pretty girl? Huh? How my pretty girl doing? Huh? How my pretty girl? Huh? Wanna go get the pheasants? Yeah. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Rasmussen Outdoors. In today's episode, we're going to be doing European mounts on those 2 bucks that I shot. I'll kind of take you through the process of how we do that. Pretty easy process, but I'll go ahead and go into full detail on how we do that. We're also going to be taking the 30-06 out today. We're gonna be getting that sighted in for coyotes coming up pretty quick. We'll be doing a little coyote hunting here coming up shortly. Once it gets a little cooler outside, we're gonna go ahead and try and get after some of those. And who knows, you know, we might, even if we find some open water or something too, we might throw a line in or two. I don't know. It's kind of hit and miss today. My uncle did also shoot another deer this muzzleloading season. He just shot it maybe yesterday, I believe. So we're going to be taking care of that today as well. I don't know how much of that I'm going to put on this video though, because I don't want to go against any of YouTube's regulations. So we might not put too much of that in this video, but I will kind of let you know that that's also what I'm doing today. But as far as doing the European mounts, I will be showing you that. I will be showing sighting in the 30-06, getting ready for coyotes, and I don't know, whatever else comes up today. It's kind of a hit and miss kind of day. It's a free range, so we're gonna just kind of play it by ear. For sure, get those jobs done, and who knows, we might do some other stuff. So just stick around. It's gonna be kind of random, whatever we want to do today. So again, welcome to another episode.
Well, I highly doubt we're gonna find any open water today. It's about 28 degrees out here, so yeah, that lake is frozen.
Well, everybody, we weren't able to do those deer skulls today. It's gonna be about 20 degrees cooler tomorrow, give or take, so I'm thinking we're gonna do those tomorrow when it's a little warmer. We're gonna take care of that deer tomorrow too, because it is rock solid at the moment. So we'll go ahead and take care of that in the morning sometime. I'll let those deer heads boil while I'm taking care of that, processing that deer up. But as of right now, we are going to go sight in that rifle, get it ready for coyotes now. So stay tuned and enjoy that footage.
Shooting these normal whitetail 30-06 shells, see how they do. These are the shells we're going to be winging through it right now, see how they do. Okay, that one was way too left. I'm gonna have to come to the right. Okay, that one was still just a little high and a little left. That one was a little left, yet we'll come to the right just to click. Still a little right, or a little to the left. We're gonna have to go right, maybe 1 or 2 more. The height's good on it though. The height's perfect. Looks like that one's too far down now. I don't know what's going on here. I think that one might have been a bullseye. We'll fling a few more through, though, just to be sure. All right, everybody, we're going to go up in there and see how we did. Okay, we were taking these shots at about 80 yards. Shouldn't be hard with that 30-06 to be able to hit that without a problem, but we'll go check the groupings out, see how we did. Well, I don't know. Initially walking up, everything seems low. Looks like we're shooting left too, but well, not bad. Not too bad.
And you're a horrible shot.
Looks like we had a pretty good grouping there. Looks like about at least 3. I think that one was my first shot. Everything else seemed low and to the left. However, if that's a coyote from 80 yards, that's a dead coyote. I like it where it sits at the moment. We might come out and try it again, but for the time being, I do like where it sits. Well, everybody, looks like we had a little bit of a grouping there. Everything was low and to the left. I think if I'm shooting at a coyote from 80 yards, I'm using the way it is right now. I might come out and try it again if we got some time, but if it starts snowing before I get a chance to do that, I'm taking it out. I think it's set up pretty good for the time being. Might have to come bring out the AR maybe and sight that in a little bit too, because we'll probably use that again. As of right now, I'm happy where that 30-06 is hitting, so we're taking it out.
Good afternoon, everybody. So, as far as the European mounts go, I guess I'm a little more ill-prepared than I thought I was. So, we're going to get those on video, but I need a lot more. A bigger pot is essentially what I need. So, I'm going to have to go to Walmart and buy a bigger pot, and then we'll be able to boil them, and then I can show you the process of actually going through that. It looks like it's going to be staying warm here for a while. At least the next week or so, it'll be 40s, which is perfect temperature to be doing this project. In the time being, I guess for the rest of the day, we're going to go out and sight in some more guns. I'm going to bring my AR out. I got a new scope I might throw on that, just to kind of get that maybe in check. Take that coyote hunting possibly, as well as the 30-06, which I might take out again too, just to throw some more rounds through that, because it needs work. But the European mounts are to come. But for the time being, please enjoy me sighting in some more guns here.
Well, guys, I guess we can't do any target practice today because the sheriff's doing training out here. So we'll have to come back another day and do it again.
3 days later.
All right, everybody. So now we finally just got back from buying a pot that is big enough to handle those deer skulls. So today is the day. We are going to be finally doing those European mounts. I'm going to show you how to do them. We're also going to be taking the 30-06 out again today, because I know earlier I said I had it dialed in well enough, and that's just not the case. It's got to get dialed in way more. So we're going to be taking a lot of time to get that dialed in perfect, because if we're going to be going out to coyotes, I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to want to get it dialed in perfect, because it's way too off right now. I know I said it was good, but it's off by way too much. So we're going to be doing that again today. So stay tuned, and I will teach you. I will go through the entire process of doing the European mounts, and we're going to be taking the 30-06 out again. So Stay tuned.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna wanna get that water to not really a rolling boil, but more of a simmer. And I know I should have taken more fur off those antlers, but it's like rawhide now, so we're gonna get it soft and they should just peel right off with the pliers. But you want the water just below the antler line. So I know that's a little bit out of the water, but we should be able to pressure wash a lot of that off. But so we don't want this boiling necessarily, we just want it to a nice simmer, so we'll come back when we get it to that point. All right, so we just took the first buck out. We just put the second one in. Now I'll show you how to pressure wash it.
Okay, so now you can see me pressure washing that skull off with the rotator head. Getting all that membrane and extra meat off of there. It's a long process, but it's definitely worth it in the end.
Okay, so all right, so now we're gonna go ahead and pop this one out, try pressure washing him a little bit. We're gonna put that other one in just to loosen him up a little bit more, and then just kind of repeat that process.
I left the bottom jaw on both these bucks. It does seem to get a little bit easier to pull them off when they're boiled. The warmer they are, the easier the jaw comes off, so you can take them off before you start this process, but it's just as easy to take them off during. This is the second round of me pressure washing this same buck. Like I said, it's a long process, but all you have to do is basically boil it, pressure wash it, get as much off as you can, reboil it, and repeat. I really haven't found a good amount of time to boil these skulls before you pull them out to pressure wash them. I essentially boiled one for a while, took it out, washed it as I put the other one in, and when I figured it was time to put it back in, I would just repeat that same process over and over.
Well, everybody, this process is taking a little bit longer than I would have initially liked, but we are getting it done. I just had to change the canister out to the propane burner. That should hopefully speed up the process. I'm thinking I might have ran out of that last one, which slowed us down a little bit. But it is getting a little dark out here, but we're gonna get this project done right here, right now, while we're set up for it. So stay tuned, and we will be done with it here shortly.
When I was initially skinning these skulls, I should have done a better job at getting the hair and hide off around the base of the antlers. It's a lot easier to come off during that process versus this one, but they eventually did soften up to where I was able to pull them off.
The back of the skull and the bases of the antlers were easily the hardest part to get off on both these skulls. With a little elbow grease and a little time though, I was able to get it off well enough to where I'd be able just to scrape the remainder off with a knife. A better power washer could have made very little time of this, but I had to work with what I had at the time.
All right, everybody, here is the results of the 2 bucks that I was just doing. This is that 8-pointer. And here's that 7-pointer. Look at how wide he is compared to these ones. And then there's my 11-pointer from a few years back I did. He's already done, obviously. But I do got a little touching up to do on these guys, like around the bases of the horns there, and then the back of the heads on both. But I'm thinking once those dry, I'm just going to essentially scrape them. Otherwise, they're ready for paint after that's done. Then they'll look like this with the... I just use spray paint, this gloss protective enamel, Rust-Oleum. Should be, yeah, pure white. I like that look of pure white skull. I almost thought about leaving this 8-pointer the way he looks too, because he's darker. His skull's obviously unique compared to the other two. This one, obviously, you can't tell because of the white paint, but he looked just like this one. So that's the first one I've seen where it was kind of darker like that. I enjoy that. I don't know why his skull's like that. If you guys know, please leave a comment below, because I'm curious myself why his skull would be like that compared to the other ones. But I think I'm going to end this video without showing you guys how to spray paint. You know, obviously, that's how I do it. You guys can bleach them. You guys can hydrogen peroxide, whatever you want to do. I'm choosing to spray paint mine because like I said, I like that look. I like that matte finish, and it stays white like this for a long time compared to bleaching it. You can kind of see some fading after a while. So that's why I choose to go with the spray paint look. But I think I'm going to end this video on this note without showing you guys how to do that. But in the next episode, you will see these guys painted, and they'll look just like this one right here in the middle.
All right, guys, thank you again so much for watching. There's another final shot of all our bucks together. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And please, if you guys know why this one right here, there he is. If this one, why his skull's a little bit darker than the other two, I would like you to please leave a comment below, because I don't know why that is. I'm just curious. This has been another awesome adventure with Rasmussen Outdoors. Please remember to join us next time for, well, hopefully shooting coyotes. I'm hoping that once we get some snowfall, some flurries, maybe like the first snowfall of the year where I'm off of work, we're going out after some coyotes. I know I tried to sight in that 30-06 earlier, but we're going to take him out again and sight him in a little bit better. Get him a little more dialed in before we go after those coyotes, but I'm ready for it. The ice isn't quite thick enough, so we're not ready to go ice fishing quite yet. I mean, we could, but I'm not going to risk it. So in the meantime, we're going to try to get after some coyotes. So please stay tuned for episode 3 when hopefully we'll be going after some coyotes. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day.